50. Mikey came. Merry Christmas.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Anime Melody. Last episode pushed everything to the limit as Takemichi continued enduring Taiju Shiba's relentless attacks, refusing to fall no matter how many times he was beaten down. His determination finally began to reach Hake Shiba, shaking the lie he had been hiding behind. But the biggest twist came when Mitsuha Takashi appeared at the church, despite being injured, ready to stand against Taiju and protect his friends. Now, the fight is no longer just about survival, it's turning into a true clash between Toman and the Black Dragons. With Mitsuha stepping in, today's episode might finally shift the balance. But can even Mitsuha stand against Taiju's overwhelming strength?
What are you guys all doing here? This is a holiday, after all. Well, if it isn't Black Dragon.
Mikey,
Huh?
I'm sorry. This whole situation is all my fault. Not true! It was my idea to forge a truce with them. And then I went ahead and broke that truce. I'm sorry, Mikey. They're fighting each other because of me.
Shinichiro always like that. The engine sound of your impulse.
Huh?
Even Baji used to talk about it. I remember he said to me one time, "Listen to how Mitsuya's bike purrs." Shinichiro and Baji led me here tonight.
Mikey, what? What are you talking about?
So I guess these are the three you've been fighting, huh?
So at last we meet. You're the invincible Mikey, huh?
Inside the quiet, suffocating stillness of the church, where even the smallest movement seemed to echo endlessly against the towering stained glass windows, Mitsuha slowly bent forward in front of Mikey. It wasn't a casual nod or a simple gesture of acknowledgement. It was a deep, deliberate bow, the kind that carried the full weight of guilt and responsibility. His shoulders quivered faintly, betraying the storm of emotions he was trying to hold back, and when he finally spoke, his voice came out low and strained, filled with a sincerity that cut through the silence far more sharply than anger ever could. He admitted, without trying to excuse himself, that he had broken the truce with the Black Dragons without first asking for Mikey's permission. Each word seemed difficult to release, as if it had been buried deep inside him, tangled with fear, regret, and the dread of disappointing the person he respected most. He went on to explain how everything had led him to this place, to this church that had now become the stage for a confrontation that could change everything. It hadn't been a reckless or impulsive choice. There had been meaning behind it, something that guided him when everything else felt uncertain. He spoke about the motorcycle his older brother had left behind, a machine that wasn't just metal and fuel, but a symbol of memories, legacy, and direction. Riding it had reminded him of who he was and what he stood for, grounding him in moments where doubt threatened to take over. And then there was Baji-kun, whose presence had always been steady and unwavering. Baji had been like a compass, guiding him through chaos, helping him make sense of difficult choices. It was through those influences, through the memory of his brother and the guidance of his friend, that
Why are you interfering here? All I want is to be able to ride with my guys again. So if Mitsuya were to die here today, It would only make my brother and Baji sad.
Oh no, Mikey.
You see how weak Mikey is lately? Mikey's worn out. I don't think he'll last much longer.
Mikey just changed completely. When Mikey changed, Toman changed. He just had that kind of power over it. He doesn't trust his old friends anymore. Now he's nothing but a monster. Mikey has become true evil.
We can't let him fight. He won't stand a chance in this condition. Oh God, no.
Even the bells of Christmas are ringing. They chime in celebration of my victory. Tonight, the great Taiju has defeated the so-called invincible Mikey.
This can't be. With one punch?
Taiju! Ah, you're dead meat!
Prayer time is over.
You should know when you're beat, Manjiro Sano. Just admit to yourself you're no match for our boss. By the time I got out of reform school, the 9th generation of Black Dragon had already come to an end.
Leaving here in your gang uniform? You're as nuts as ever, obviously. I've been waiting for you, Inupi.
Is it true Black Dragon got completely wiped out?
Yeah. Some punks a year younger than us, called the Tokyo Manji Gang, totally crushed them.
Then now that I'm out, I'll just have to revive the gang myself.
Why? Because you were told you were the one chosen to lead the next generation. Well, things out here...
Mitsuha had found his way here. As he continued, the air seemed to grow heavier, thick with unspoken tension. Mitsuha warned that if anything were to happen to him because of this decision, it would deeply hurt Mikey. It wouldn't just be another loss in a world already filled with violence. It would leave a mark that couldn't be undone. And Baji, who had always believed in him without hesitation, would be devastated as well. This wasn't just about rival gangs or territory disputes anymore. It was about the bonds they had built together, the trust forged through shared struggles, fights, and dreams of a future that often felt just out of reach. His apology wasn't weakness. It was proof of how much those connections meant. Not far behind, Takemichi watched everything unfold, his eyes wide and filled with unease. His heart pounded heavily in his chest, each beat echoing his growing anxiety. He understood better than anyone how fragile this moment was. Things could spiral out of control in an instant. If Mikey, the seemingly untouchable leader of the Tokyo Manji Gang, fully stepped into this conflict, the consequences could extend far beyond this church. Takemichi's mind raced through countless possibilities, each one darker than the last, each one threatening to undo everything he had worked so hard to change. Then, in a single instant, the fragile stillness shattered. Taiju moved without warning, like a storm breaking loose. There was no build-up, no hesitation, just a sudden, explosive motion. In one swift step, he closed the distance and struck Mikey directly in the head with overwhelming force. The sound of the impact rang out sharply, louder than anything else.
Changed a little. Wanna guess where the guys who told you that are now? All of them are dead. The Haitani brothers came to power and took over Roppongi and things got really rough. They ditched the gang and then suddenly they vanished. You should take the hint, man. Forget about reviving Black Dragon.
No thanks. I'll revive the gang even if I have to do it alone.
With what?
I don't know.
I have an idea. There's this beast I know. If you had this guy's strength on your side, you just might be able to revive Black Dragon.
So who is this guy?
You want to meet him? I can't guarantee he'll help you, of course.
That really pissed me off. The idea that I needed some other guy's strength to bring them back. But I knew that if I could kick his ass, then his strength would be mine.
This is it?
I wasn't coming to recruit him. I was just coming to give him a beatdown.
Taiju, hey man.
This is the guy? So I heard you're strong, Taiju Shiba.
This better be entertaining.
Whether it was Mobius, Toman, or the Haitani brothers, made no difference to me. Until that day, I'd never lost a one-on-one fight. But that was the day I met Taiju Shiba. He was light years stronger than me. You're the boss now. I yield.
Works for me. And I'll take over your plan too and build a new Black Dragon. And one more thing. Kokonoi. I'll take your ass on and you can serve as my other lieutenant.
And Taiju was no fool when it came to leading. He found the money to put the whole gang in new uniforms. Black Dragon was instantly reborn, with a new image and new pride. But that wasn't Taiju's main talent. So now you see.
That vast space. Mikey's body, which had always seemed invincible, was sent crashing backward onto the cold stone floor. The thud echoed through the church, sending a shock through everyone who witnessed it. For a moment, time itself seemed to stop. Every eye in the room fixed on Mikey's unmoving form. The strongest fighters, the seasoned delinquents, even the newest members who had only heard stories about Mikey's legendary strength. All of them stood frozen, unable to process what they had just seen. To watch him fall in a single blow felt unreal, like witnessing the collapse of something larger than life. Taiju stood over him, his chest rising and falling heavily, his breath uneven and intense. There was a wild, almost manic glint in his eyes, a mixture of triumph and defiance. At that very moment, the church bells began to ring, their deep chimes filling the space and echoing through the high ceilings. The sound reverberated all around them, adding an eerie atmosphere to the scene. To Taiju, it felt like confirmation, as if the world itself was acknowledging his victory. The ringing fed his confidence, strengthening the belief that he had just brought down a legend. But legends are not so easily broken. Behind him, Mikey's fingers twitched. Slowly, almost impossibly, his body stirred. Then, in one smooth, effortless motion, he rose to his feet. There was no dramatic display, no exaggerated reaction. He simply stood up, and the moment he did, the entire atmosphere shifted. His eyes, cold and unwavering, made it clear that the fight was far from over. As he stood there, memories surged through his mind like a...
You're no more significant in the face of Taiju's power than a pebble inside his shoe.
The fact that you absorbed my hardest punch does earn you some respect. I guess it's gonna take more than one to put you down for good.
Mikey. Mikey got back up, but in this condition, there's no way he can withstand another punch. Kisuke was right. He's weak. He's been weakened by the loss of so many people precious to him. Of all the times for him to have to face Taiju Shiba. Because this guy's a monster.
Is that it then? That all you got, Invincible Mikey? I'm not impressed.
Here it comes. Is Mikey about to lose?
That punch you just gave me, that was my punishment to myself.
What just happened?
No way.
For a split second, I thought I saw Mikey jump up. And then there was a sound, a thud. Then, Taiju wasn't standing there anymore.
My God. What? That's impossible. The boss was taken out with a single hit? Taiju! Now I get it. He really is the invincible Mikey. Now I get it. The invincible Mikey.
He took out Taiju with a single hit.
Damn. So awesome.
Impossible.
You had me scared for a little while there.
It's our Christmas tradition. Me and my brother and Baji always go for a ride.
Yeah, but Mikey...
When I go riding through the snow in the winter, on that 250 my brother got me, I always wear Baji's good luck charm, and they're right there with me.
It's a memento. That's all it was. The way he was talking before, I thought he was losing his marbles.
Baji and Shinichiro and you guys, I keep you all right here in my heart.
Blood breaking free. He remembered the grueling training camps, where exhaustion was constant and survival was never guaranteed. He recalled the countless battles that had shaped him, each one leaving behind invisible scars. None of it had been easy. Every step forward had been earned through pain and determination. Most vividly, he remembered Noi, the one who had taken care of him after those harsh days. She wasn't just a caretaker, she was a legend in her own right, the 9th-generation leader of the Black Dragons. She had faced near defeat, watching her gang teeter on the edge of collapse. She had told him how the Black Dragons had nearly been wiped out by a rival group of young fighters known as the Tokyo Manji Gang. The irony was undeniable. The same gang Mikey now led had once pushed the Black Dragons to the brink. Back then, they had been underestimated because of their youth, but they had been relentless. The odds had been stacked against the Black Dragons, and defeat had seemed inevitable. Yet Noi had refused to let everything fall apart. Believing in Mikey's potential and determined to restore her gang's honor, she had sent Yui to his school with a clear mission: to find Shiba Taiju, the one whose strength could turn everything around. When Yui finally encountered Taiju, she immediately realized the vast difference between them. Fighting him head-on would have been pointless. Instead, she chose a different path. She acknowledged his overwhelming strength and accepted him as the leader, believing he could bring the Black Dragons back to life. Under Taiju's command, the Black Dragons rose again. He gathered resources, built wealth, and reinvested everything into the gang. Their uniforms...
That's the only thing that keeps me strong. Yeah, I get that.
Mikey's just fine after all. He's not gonna turn evil.
Okay, you guys. Christmas may be over, but what do you say? Let's go ride together.
None of you are leaving here alive! I'm not done with you yet, you Toman scumbag! Coco! Tell the boys outside to get ready. Let's see how invincible Mikey does against 100 men. limp wristed little shits are staying here with me! We're gonna finish this now! I never lose and I'm not gonna start tonight! You hear?
I hear you, but I don't think you understand what's happening here. Your Black Dragon is a powerful gang, but that won't help you create a new age. You're a wrecking crew of a fighter, there's no doubt, but you've got no heart. There's gonna be a new age, all right, but we're building it.
Like hell! Stay back! What the hell, Coco? Hurry up! Where are my goddamn troops? Move your ass and get them in here!
I can't.
Huh?
We lost. It's all over.
Huh? Oh, you guys all done in there too? Who the hell blasted them all? Hey, are you gonna be going back in? Tell Mikey I'm all done out here.
We're screwed if 100 guys come in here.
Yeah, but what are they waiting for?
Doesn't matter. You can still fight, right? Just hang in there a little longer. Even if there were 200 Black Dragon troops, you just have to believe.
Yeah.
Looks like 2nd Division still has some more ass to kick. Ready?
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with all your faces?
Huh?
It's Dragon.
You want to report?
Were redesigned, symbolizing a new beginning. The 10th generation emerged stronger, reclaiming their place with pride and ferocity. Back in the present, Mikey stood calmly before Taiju. His voice was quiet, but it carried absolute certainty as he warned him that no matter how powerful he believed himself to be, he was nothing more than a pebble compared to Mikey's strength. Then, in a motion so fast it was almost impossible to follow, Mikey delivered a kick straight to Taiju's neck. The impact was precise and devastating. Taiju's massive body collapsed instantly, crashing to the ground before anyone could react. Silence filled the church once again, but this time it was different. It was filled with awe. Chifuyu trembled, struggling to catch his breath. Yuzuya stared in disbelief, finally understanding what it meant to stand before someone truly undefeated. This wasn't just strength, it was something deeper, something shaped by memories, loss, and purpose. Mikey spoke calmly, revealing the source of his strength. The motorcycle he rode had once belonged to his older brother, and every time he held onto it, he felt as if his brother was still with him. And the charm from Baji, kept close, symbolized their bond and the courage they shared. These weren't just objects, they were reminders that he was never alone. With quiet certainty, Mikey declared that the war was over. Even then, Taiju refused to accept defeat. He insisted that more than 100 Black Dragons would soon arrive. But when he stepped outside with Noi to see for himself, what he found shattered that belief. The Black Dragons had already been defeated, their forces overwhelmed. The once proud army.
All those Black Dragon dudes are out cold. So it's safe to say Taiju Shiba here has lost the fight, lost all of his men, and apparently also lost his will to fight.
Seriously?
It has not been a good day for Black Dragon.
Come on, kick their ass!
One guy did this?
Impressive, aren't they? Those guys are our number 1 and 2 for a reason.
Holy shit! Just the sight of that is giving me goosebumps. You ever seen anything like that? Huh? You Takamichi?
Taiju. And Hakai. And Yuzaha. And Mitsuya. All of them. They're all alive. We made it through Christmas without a single person dying. Can it be I've completed my mission?
Huh? You pods! Takemichi!
Hey, you did it, man. You were awesome. Mikey, Draken, it's thanks to you two that we beat Black Dragon's ass today. But the real hero in this victory is Takemichi.
I guess it's all over now.
Taiju, we're calling it quits. It was a nice dream for a while, fleeting as it was. What do you want to do, Coco?
Why do you even ask? I'm sticking with you, dumbass. See you later, Taiju.
How's it feel? To lose?
Lay broken. Inside, Takemichi and the others erupted with disbelief and relief. They had won, and somehow, everyone was still alive. Duha and Hakai had survived. Tears streamed down Takemichi's face as the weight of everything finally lifted. Mitsuha approached him and declared him the true hero, the one who had brought hope. Without hesitation, he lifted Takemichi onto his back and carried him away. Before leaving, Noi and Yui made it clear to Taiju that as long as he remained a threat, they would stand against him. Juzaha spoke to her brother with sincerity, her love unchanged despite everything. Later, Takemichi stood in front of Hina. The silence between them felt heavy, filled with things he couldn't explain. He wanted to tell her everything, the time leaps, the sacrifices, but he couldn't find the words. Hina looked at him, her eyes filled with both forgiveness and fear. The future they had dreamed of felt uncertain. Rumors began to spread. The fall of the Black Dragons wasn't the end, but a turning point. Back at the church, wounds were treated. Mikey sat quietly, knowing strength alone wouldn't guarantee peace. Outside, Taiju lay defeated, the pain of loss deeper than any injury. Night settled over the city, and for the first time in a while, there was a flicker of hope. Days passed, and life seemed to return to normal, but tension lingered beneath the surface. New threats waited in the shadows. And as Takemichi stood once more before Hina, the silence between them no longer felt like peace, but the beginning of another battle. One that would not be fought with fists, but with trust, love, and the courage to face an uncertain future.
Lose for the first time. You're a tough bastard. You'll recover quickly. But Yuzuha and I will never submit to you again. It was wrong of me to try and kill you. But as long as you keep abusing people in your family, I'll keep on fighting you.
If after all of this, you still don't change, then you're a fool. In all this time since Mom died, I've never even once heard you talk about her. You just moped around and blamed yourself for years. You chose to act like you were alone all that time. And I was the same. I thought I was all alone. And that's just the way our family is, right? I hated you so much that I wanted you dead. And yet I love you.
vibrating?
About time. Thought you'd never wake up.
Holy shit! What the hell did it? I heard all over.
Well, just don't fall off.
Hey, where's everybody else?
They all took off.
Oh.
Okay, we're here.
Huh? Hey, I know this place.
That's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed it or have any suggestions to help me improve, feel free to leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching all the way through. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss any upcoming videos. Your support means a lot. See you again in the next episode. Until then, take care and have a great day.